The biggest mistake I made when I started my business is not understanding how to deal with the fear of failure and how it affects our decision-making process about what we sell, who we sell it to, and ultimately what we're doing. So if that sounds like you and you want to learn how to deal with the fear of failure, watch this whole thing and it'll be helpful for you. Or if you want to work with me one-on-one to be mentored and help you get to your goals faster, quicker, and easier, you can look in the description box below. However, my name is Arius Williams. I am a change coach and I help people make the hard changes in their life or business or health so that way they can get to the place they want to be faster, easier, and more efficient. And today I want to talk about how the fear of failure can paralyze a new business owner to not only not taking action steps, making the wrong choices about what business to start, making the wrong choices about how to act in that business or who you want to serve. So there's a lot to uncover here and I'm going to try to get through it quickly. So I hope you enjoy this video. So for me, what is the fear of failure itself? And a lot of people think they understand what that means, but I didn't really get how it applies to the business side of things. But the easy way to talk about it is obviously just failing, right? And I talked about this before in a little bit of videos, but knowing when you start a business, especially if it's a brick and mortar location and not on the online front, that money is at risk puts a little bit different perspective and risk involved and fear in your mindset. So when I was opening my brick and mortar location, the fear of failure was something I dealt with a lot. I thought, what if nobody comes in? What if we don't sell enough smoothies? What if we waste all of our money, right? Whatever. And because of that, when I first got the idea, I thought, well, that's too difficult. I won't do it because I may fail. So there's no reason to try. And this is a crux that a lot of people deal with and lean on. And it's that because I might be bad at something, therefore I shouldn't even try for risk of being correct about being bad at it or failing. And for me and lots of us in business, maybe you have an idea that you actually, it sets your heart on fire. Like this is the thing you really want to do for the rest of your life. You get enjoyment every time you do it. You feel excited when you do it. So you know that this is what you want to do. But when you think about actually going into taking the first steps or to maybe tell other people that you want to do it, this is when the fears come up. Maybe the fear is that the place you want to go into is highly competitive. Maybe you want to be a YouTuber, a personal trainer, a coach. These are fields in which there are a lot of other people doing it. So the fear of failure could mask itself as well. There's already so many people doing it. It's already oversaturated. There's no room for me. And this is just a limiting belief because in reality, we don't have proof to back up a lot of these claims and a lot of these fears. And so that's actually step one into getting through the fear of failure is to recognize and call out when this fear is just a fear and to practice the ability and analyzing what you're afraid of and where it's coming from. So in the example of a YouTuber, right, like myself, one of the longest fears of failure I had was that I would start posting and then give up and not be able to maintain a consistent upload schedule. The reason I had this fear is because at the time, the videos I was making, I was editing a lot. They were about things I didn't really care about. They were just about things that I thought other people would want to watch. So my fear of failure might have been slightly justified because the truth is I was not going to do those videos once a week, like I said. Here's where you may have the wrong idea and where I had the wrong idea. It wasn't that I didn't need to make YouTube videos. It was just that I needed to make a different type of content that was more authentic and was easier for me to make, just like these videos I'm making now. They don't require me to use a script. They don't require me to spend hours of planning and preparation. I simply think about the title that I want to call this video and the topic and the overall flow, and then turn on the camera and record and talk to you guys just like this. So the fear of failure masked my inability. It masked my fear as inability. So the fear told me, hey, you are not able to make videos consistently on YouTube in long form once a week even. But that's just the fear. The truth was I was making the wrong types of videos. Had I listened to the fear and not done the deep dive, I would have maybe never made this channel and you would have never been watching this video right now. And so this is a real life example of how the fear of failure can actually just be a smokescreen. Usually there's a deeper reason. So let's take another example. Let's say a diet, right? Or a healthy lifestyle choice. In my nutrition coaching business for a long time, when I would have clients say, well, what happens when I stop using your products? And my answer always would be, well, what are you going to do when you stop? Are you going to replace my products with Wendy's and Taco Bell and the things that got you here to begin with? If so, then they will give you the same result they gave you the first time. Although, if you're asking me what's going to happen when you quit, isn't that kind of already setting yourself up for success or failure, right? Because you're assuming that you won't be able to maintain this. You are projecting into the future that you won't do it. And the craziest part about this is the difference between the person who is afraid of failure and makes it and the person who's afraid of failure and doesn't is that the person who is afraid and makes it believes that they will still make it anyway, despite being afraid, despite being scared, and they're willing to take action through fear. So this is step 2. Their fear actually won't go away. If you're trying to beat the fear of failure, the key isn't to never have it. That's impossible. You will have it. The key is to take action anyway and to train yourself to take action through fear. And there is actually one very simple hack that everybody can do at home right now to train yourself to take action in fear anyway. And that is taking cold showers. Now, before you call me crazy, I do this myself. I've done it for many years. And the reason I take cold showers is because no matter how many times I've done it, every time I get into that water, or at least I turn it on and look at it for the first few seconds, physically, I don't want to get in the water. My body is rejecting the idea of getting into something that's exactly 30 degrees. And also, it can never really get used to it until I do it. So no matter how many days in a row I take a cold shower, it's still cold as shit in the first 30 seconds to a minute. No matter what, it's always cold. I cannot escape this, right? And so what I've done by getting in it anyway is teaching myself to be able to take action through physical fear, the physical reaction of fear to getting in this cold water. It's a fight or flight system telling you no. And a lot of the times our fear wall or our fear of failure is the fight or flight system going off, right? Maybe you guys have wanted to start a business, but you have a family to feed. So the fear of failing and wasting money or not being able to provide for that family is so strong that it sends our body into fight or flight. So then we are more irritable. We're having more injuries. We get sick more often because we are just inundated by this fear that's causing a physical response. So by taking cold showers and by practicing and teaching and cultivating the skill to be able to take action through fear, you are setting yourself up to be able to do new ventures, to be able to try new things and ultimately get the life that you want because you're able to take action despite being afraid, which is the definition of bravery. I just heard this. I don't know who said it, so sorry for whoever's quote I'm taking, but basically they said, being afraid to do something and pretending that you're not and doing it anyway is the real bravery. So pretending to be brave when you are afraid is bravery, right? And using your imagination in the I am will legitimately put the power of your entire being into what you're thinking. So if you are somebody who constantly says things like, I am not going to make it, I am so stressed, I am so worried, I'm so afraid, even if that's how you really feel, I want to challenge you to put some different words in there just to try it out. Live in the feeling of what you would rather be than what is. Live in the feeling of your dream fulfilled rather than what is it showing you right now. And when you can do that and you can practice and visualize what it feels like to already have the life that you want, the fear of failure will not be present. It is absolutely impossible to be grateful and scared at the same time. You can't. So while you're being truly grateful and you're truly living in that feeling state of intense joy and happiness and gratitude for having the life and wish that you want, It's impossible to have the fear at the same time, the fear of lack, the fear of anxiety. So if you can, when you're going through those emotions, double down on your visualizations, double down on your vision of your life. That is how you will get through in order to take the step and to begin moving forward. So in this video, I hope you guys got a lot. I tried to give you a couple practical things to practice. Let's just review. Number one, we need to call out why we're afraid and where it's really coming from. Number two, we need to learn how to take actions anyway through it. And number three, we need to be able to practice things like cultivating the separation between ourself and our emotions through meditation, cold showers, journaling, and focusing. So that way we can put our vision on where we want to go and we can live in our dream fulfilled. So that way the fear is not present. So I hope if you guys are just like me in the past and you want to manifest or create the life and business of your dream, and you want to work with me one-on-one to help you go through your fears, understand how to make those hard changes, and to ultimately get to your goals and dreams faster and quicker, then look in the link below, book a call with me, and we'll talk shortly. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace, love, and prosperity.